He's not just after sex. What he's actually asking for when he reaches for you, most women have never been told this. And here's the thing, the gap between what he needs and what you think he needs is quietly doing a lot of damage to the connection, to the chemistry, and to how safe you guys feel around each other. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. Men use sex the way women use conversation. It's how they connect, how they feel close, and how they know that they're wanted, not just needed. When you understand that, and I mean really understand that, two things happen. His desire stops feeling like pressure, and yours starts feeling like something you actually want to express. 7 things about men's sexual desire that most women have never been told. Let's get into the first one. He needs to feel wanted, not just loved. When you reach for him, when you want him, it actually confirms something to him that nothing else can. Not just that you love him, he actually logically knows that. You ever notice you don't have to tell a man you love him all the time? It actually confirms that he is wanted for the man that he is. Not as a father, not as a provider, but as your man, physically, sexually. In a committed relationship, he shows up, he provides, he protects, he handles things, and he does all of that because, well, he loves you. But none of that actually tells him he is wanted as a man. Only you reaching for him does that. That's why a woman initiating sex isn't just nice to have. It feels something in him that nothing else can. And when that goes missing, when weeks pass without feeling wanted, he doesn't just feel unloved, he starts to feel unnecessary. And research actually backs this up. Dr. John Gottman found that men's emotional withdrawal in marriages correlates strongly with feeling undesired, not unloved. It's not about love to him, it's about feeling wanted. Here's the second thing, and this one makes a huge difference. He initiates sex as a way to connect with you. When he reaches for you, he's not just asking for sex, he's asking to feel close to you. Men use sex the way women use conversation. When you want to feel close to him, you talk to him. You share, you talk about your feelings, what you've done for the day, you connect through words. When he wants to feel close to you, he reaches for you physically. Same impulse, completely different language. So when he initiates, what he's actually saying is, I want to feel connected to you. I want to feel like we're okay. I want to feel close to you. He's just saying it in the only way that comes naturally to him. The only way that society's been allowing him for so long. And when you understand that, his desire stops feeling like a demand. It actually starts feeling like an invitation. That's why some say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But honestly, it's through his body, through feeling wanted by you. Sex is the gateway that opens him emotionally. There's actually a biological reason for this. Men get a stronger oxytocin hit. That's the bonding hormone through touch and sex. Women get it through conversation. Same need, completely different trigger. He's not just after sex, he's actually after you. If this is already shifting how you see him, there are actually 7 more things about men's desire that I don't talk about in this entire video. I have mentioned them all in the free guide below. Grab it from the first link in the description. Now, coming to the third thing, and this one is about trust. He wants you to trust him with your body. Men pride themselves on being dependable, strong, and worthy. And in the bedroom, that shows up as a deep desire to be trusted with your pleasure specifically. When you put your walls down with him, when you allow yourself to actually enjoy being with him, that trust lands way differently than anything else. It tells him he is worthy of your surrender. Your sexual trust in him is one of the most powerful signals you can send. It says you are safe. You are worthy. I choose you to him. And when that trust is withheld through tension, guardedness, going through the motions, not fully present in your body, he feels that. He may not have words for it, not many people do, but his body tracks it. And over time, it quietly erodes his confidence, his desire, his willingness to reach for you. Research in the Journal of Sex and Research found that a partner's visible pleasure is the #1 driver of male sexual satisfaction, more than frequency, variety, or even technique. He's not just doing this for himself. Knowing it's actually working for you is everything for him. Notice where you're holding yourself back, where you're bracing your body, where you're managing the moment, thinking about things instead of being in it. That's your starting point. Fourth, men love fun and play. Here's something most women never connect. Sex is where he gets to put everything down. At work, he's solving problems, providing, responsible for things. At home, he's still carrying that. But in sex, something shifts. The responsibility, the pressure, the performance of being strong all the time, all of that gets to be put down. In sex, nothing is asked of him except to be present, to play, and to connect. This is why men who have regular physical connection with their partner are more emotionally available. They're more open, more willing to engage. Sex isn't separate from his emotional life. For many men, it's the gateway into it. When the physical connection is consistent, he relaxes, he softens, he opens in ways he can't access otherwise. Men are often in sex, it's the only time that they're given permission to feel. When that's absent, he tightens, withdraws, becomes harder to reach emotionally. So if you've been wondering why he seems emotionally distant when you're not connecting physically, this is why. It's not manipulation, it's biology meeting emotional need. Now, fifth, and this one's uncomfortable, but honestly it needs to be said because criticism doesn't correct him, it closes him. Criticism and shame will shut him down faster than anything. When a man feels criticized, shamed, or even dismissed, especially around sex, something shuts down in him. Not dramatically, quietly. He stops initiating, not because he doesn't want to, but because the risk of rejection to criticism feels way too high. So he pulls back, he becomes sarcastic, goes flat. And from your side, it can look like he doesn't care anymore. But what's actually happening is he's protecting himself from feeling like he's failing you. Because for him, failing in the bedroom isn't just about sex. It's about failing as a man. Dr. John's research on the 4 horsemen found that criticism and contempt are the top predictors of relationship breakdown. And here's the part most people don't know. Men's bodies actually flood faster than women's under criticism. Their nervous system hits overwhelm way quicker. So when you think he's being distant or defensive, he may literally be psychologically flooded. Appreciation and clear, honest communication about what you need works infinitely better than criticism. Not because he can't handle feedback, but because the way it's delivered determines whether he hears it as information or as a verdict on who he is. And if you've never known how to actually do that, I actually put together a free mini course on exactly this. It's linked in the description below. 6 is something most women never see underneath his desire. He puts enormous pressure on himself to please you. He doesn't just want sex, he wants to be good at it. He wants to actually make you happy. He wants to know that he is the one who can do that for you. And here's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want you to fake it to protect his feelings. He would rather have honest information delivered kindly than perform in the dark not knowing if anything is working at all. Because when he finds out later that you weren't enjoying yourself at all or you faked a climax and didn't say anything, it confirms his deepest insecurity, that he wasn't worthy of your honesty. Research published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that men rate their partner's pleasure as central to their own sexual satisfaction. Not peripheral, not a bonus, central. He's not just thinking about himself in the bedroom, he's thinking about you. A partner who trusts him enough to say what she needs motivates him to show up more, not less. And the last one, this one most women get completely backwards. He wants to know what you want. It doesn't take away from him. It actually empowers him. There's a quiet fear that telling him what you want makes the moment less spontaneous in some kind of way, less masculine somehow. But for most men, the opposite is true. Knowing what you want actually gives him something to aim for, something to actually do for you. Men are action oriented and single focused. Give him actionable information and he will use it. The worst thing for him is not knowing, guessing, trying things that aren't working and having no idea. Dr. Laura Berman's clinical work found that the number one complaint from men in sex therapy is not knowing what their partner wants. Guessing is exhausting and it's quietly eroding his confidence in every single time he gets it wrong without knowing why. But a woman who can say softly, kindly, and clearly, "This is what I love, this is what works for me, this is what I need," that woman gives him something incredibly powerful. The ability to succeed at loving her. And that changes everything. The other 7 things are in the free guide in the description. Grab it in the first link and let it change how you see him. But here's what I want you to take away from all 7 of these. He's not just after sex. He is after connection, validation, and trust, emotional safety, and the feeling of being wanted, not just needed. Truth be told, the same things that you want, just access through a completely different door. And when you understand that, and I mean you really let that land, 2 things happen. His desire, it stops feeling like pressure, and yours starts to feel like something you actually want to express. Now, go watch this next video right here, because if this video changed how you see his desire, the next one will show you the 5 signs that the emotional distance between you has already started to show up in your relationship. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. I'll see you there.